Welcome to the HTLA Circuit Newscast.
Hello, HTLA. My name is Megan Waters.
My name is Juan Cornejo, and today we will be your host for the HTLA Newscast. Today's date is April 2nd, and it is a 1-2-3 schedule.
Water bottles and Gatorade will be sold in the Great Room during Xbox today. Stay hydrated.
Today after school, PSA will be selling snacks.
So make sure to get some today.
Just a heads up, Spirit Week is next week.
More information on that will be on next week's newscast.
Last week, the juniors went on a field trip to the Huntington Library.
Let's look at how that went for them.
Before the reading campaign started at school, there were 2 teachers who had been doing this before, with their students as a part of how they teach a class.
Let's learn more about them with Levi Edber on Book Nook.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Book Nook. I'm here with Senora Holt.
Hola.
And we're going to be talking about the library. All right. So, how does the library system work?
Sure. So all my books in my classroom library have a color sticker. Basically, the sticker shows the proficiency level. And I think it's very important for students to be able to choose a book that they can understand and that it's at their proficiency level. So the reading experience can be more successful. Also, for my classroom library, I have different categories for the books. For example, I have categories for biographies, sports, fiction, graphic novels. I think it's important for students to be able to somehow connect to the book, to what they're reading. So the more selection I have, I think will make the reading experience also more successful for them. As you can see, we'll also have post-its. So after students finish reading a book, they have to complete a post-it and they have to write a review of the book. And then they have to put it in my classroom by class periods. So the class who reads the most books at the end gets a prize. I mean, competition is fun, right? So you have to have it in your classroom library. And also in my classroom library, I have quotes. And these quotes highlight the importance of reading. And in class, we all read them together to just remember why we read and why it's so important to include reading in the Spanish program. And lastly, I'm in the process of creating a digital database for all the books that we have here in my library that has the title of the book. It has the total word count, the unique word count of the book, and it has a summary of what the book is about. This way, the students can have easier access to all the books in my classroom library and not feel so overwhelmed. So basically, that's how it works.
Super cool.
Thank you.
Next, how do you think having a library helps your students?
Okay, so I always tell my students that if they want to increase their vocabulary count in Spanish class, if they want to improve their grammar, they have to read. In fact, I have a quote here that says, picking up words meaning by reading is 10 times faster than intensive vocabulary instruction. So basically, just by reading, students will be able to acquire more language than if they were trying to memorize, let's say, a list of 20 words. So if you want to take your speaking skills to the next level, you need to read. It's very, very important.
I'm sure that also applies in English too, as well as Spanish.
Yes, of course.
All right, what is your favorite book in your library?
That's a very difficult question because I have a lot of books that I enjoy, but at this moment, I will say that it's actually, I think it's here. It's called Me Perdí en Medellín. And this book, Me Perdí en Medellín, is written by Colombian female author. And it translates to I Got Lost in Medellín, Colombia. And it's super fun because it's about a Canadian tourist, a student, who goes to Medellin with his friends, but he gets lost. He doesn't have money. He doesn't know where he is and has little Spanish, but he meets a local who is super nice to him. And basically the local tells him, I'm gonna take you to the back to your hotel, but you have to run some errands with me. So they go together to run these errands, and while this is happening, the Canadian tourist student learns about the beautiful culture of Medellin, Colombia, its people, and it's just a beautiful story. Highly recommend it. In fact, if you want to borrow this book, you can come in, and I have multiple copies. It's a level 3 reader, and it's just so full of culture, and it's beautiful. I recommend it.
It's amazing.
Yes,
Thank
of
you.
course.
Do you have any other words of advice for everyone who's making their own libraries?
Well, I will say that when I started my classroom library years ago, I probably had like 30 titles, 30 books, not more. And it took a lot of time to what my library is today. I probably have, I don't know, 500 plus books, I think. But it's a process. Be patient and ask around. You will be surprised how many people want to help students in schools, especially classroom libraries. So ask your neighbors, find out if businesses are willing to donate, different organizations, ask your teacher to maybe help you research grants. There are so many opportunities out there, but just know that it's a process. You guys will get there. Be patient, and good luck with your classroom libraries.
All right, thank you so much.
Of course, thank you.
Can't wait to see what everyone creates.
Yes, bye, adios.
Thank you, Levi. Now let's check Tune of the Week with Eden Zubari.
Hi guys, it's Ian Zabari with Tune of the Week, and this week's tune is the album Three Imaginary Boys by The Cure. Yay! It was released on May 8th, 1979, and it is the debut album by the band The Cure, which would go on to have a very successful career and a very long one, which I believe they're still performing. So maybe if they come to America, which I'm not sure if they will, but you should go see them. They're very good. This record is so awesome. I love it, and I'm sure many people love it. It was received very well by critics when it was first released. Although Robert Smith, the frontman of the band The Cure, actually hates it because he was not allowed any creative control with the album's cover art as well as the album's track lists. So that's pretty sad. So he hates the album. But my highlight songs, which you're actually listening to one right now, it's called Grinding Halt. They're very good. Okay, the others are Object, Meat Hook, Boys Don't Cry, 10:15 Saturday Night, Foxy Lady, and Fire in Cairo. I would totally give this album a listen. You don't have to like a specific genre to like this album. I think it's well received by generally everyone. So if you're into it, if you're feeling adventurous, you should definitely listen. Okay. Have a good week, guys. Bye.
Thank you, Eden.
Last week on Saturday, Community Club did a HTLA Park cleanup day.
All members of the High Tech Community Club were invited to participate at this event.
Let's see how that went.
Thank you for looking out for the Environment Community Club.
Now, let's look at Student Corner with Alex Lim featuring personal finance.
Hello, everybody. I'm joined with Alma Gregorian,
Benjamin Sharp, Alexander,
Onik,
Anishkan.
Ian, and today I'll be asking you about personal finance. So, how's your experience in this class?
I really like the class. As you can see, everyone was very enthusiastic, and Mr. Hankerson was having fun too. So it really brings like good positivity to class.
This class is fun. We do different stuff. We do GPF, which is just there's a bunch of finance work that you have to do, and we learn how to like manage our money. Work like we learn about credit cards, debit cards, savings, and how you just manage your money in the modern world.
So this class has been very good. We watch movies, we take notes. We do a lot of stuff in this class. It's very interactive with the students, and so is Mr. Hankerson. And all around the the community, very good.
Well, my experience in personal finance is just amazing. I love this class so much. And what's the favorite thing that you've learned or that you did in this class?
So everything that I'm doing is currently right now we're learning about gambling and more importantly why you shouldn't gamble and the poor financial decisions that gambling leads to. I just like this lesson. Overall, this class, just because we get to like argue with Mr. Hankinson, and it's very discussion based. Like we whenever there's an argument, the whole class gets involved.
I think our unit on gambling.
Definitely has to be the stock market game. It's basically a recreation of the American stock market where we learn how to invest in different stocks and we end up either making or losing money and learning how to like actually invest stocks.
And would you recommend this class to underclassmen?
Oh, definitely. It's very important to learn how to manage your money, and I feel like the earlier you manage to learn how to do it, the better.
Yeah, I would recommend this class, especially if you enjoy Mr. Ingerson's company. It's very good in terms of also education as well, because we actually do learn a lot. I'm pretty sure they're making it mandatory, the class. So it's actually a very nice class.
If you really want to like learn about personal finance and your own finances, then yeah, I would recommend it to you. But it is a bit on the harder side.
Hello, everybody. Today I'm joined with personal finance with
Mr. Hankinson.
So, how would you describe your class?
So, personal finance is really a class that's designed to teach financial literacy. It's designed to teach students the basics of managing money. We look at units on learning about credit. Students learn about investing. We do different things with investing. And then there's a lot of other things that come into it. We have actually a unit on gambling and sports betting and some of the risks and factors that go into those decisions since they're becoming very prominent. So we look at a lot of different areas, also behavioral economics, and things like learning about mortgages and different types of loans. And so a lot of things overall.
Why should people join this elective?
So this actually is not going to be an elective in the near future because it's actually going to be a mandatory class, I believe, starting maybe even with next year's freshman class. So in California, they've changed this to a financial literacy class to be required for a semester for every high school student. So, but while it's an elective right now, I think it's a really fun class. It's very discussion oriented, and I try to integrate a lot of different relevant documentaries that go with our content, and sometimes some different movies that go with our content. So we watch some fun stuff. It's fun to play the stock market game, and there's a lot of other games that are kind of smaller that are associated with our units, and it's just a fun discussion-based class in which students can interact and learn about finance and talk about some of these concepts that they maybe don't get to talk about in some of their other classes. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us today, Mr.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
That was all from Personal Finance, and we'll see you all next week.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Alex.
On another note, if you're interested in using the studio for any other project, the studio is opening up their booking form for you to reserve time to express yourself creatively. Use the QR code on the screen right now to book your preferred timings. For more information, follow the HTLA Search's Instagram and check out our website.
Thank you.
See you all next week.
We'll be back soon.
Now let's hear from Tune of the Week with Eden Zabarbi.